Hi guys, it's your girl B Michelle coming at you with another Dollar Tree DIY. So this is a lamp that I'm going to create using these Dollar Tree items. The bowl from the Dollar Tree, the plastic bowl I did not use, but I did use the glass bowl that you will see at the end. So these are some of the items. These are some bowls. They come in a set of 4, and I started by taking the E6000 and just applying a light amount around the rim of the bowl, and I'm only going to do this to 4 of the bowls, and then I'm just going to connect the other side of the bowl together. So that's all I'm doing in this clip, is just applying an E6000, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it to all 4 and connect the other 4 pieces on top. I did try to use hot glue with this. It didn't work out too well with using the hot glue on top of the E6000. So I just chose to use the E6000 by itself. But you will need to let this cure. You do need the E6000 to set and dry before you try to proceed with doing this project. Since I'm not using the hot glue, I did let those sit for a little bit, and I continued to work on other things while that was drying, but ultimately you want it to dry at least 24 hours or longer sometimes. So basically that's all I'm doing, and I'm going to go on and show you once they're all connected. So this is how the bowls look when they're glued together, and you also want to wash these bowls because they were really dirty. So these are some bathtub mats that I found from the Dollar Tree. I picked up 2 of these. I've had these for maybe about a month now, and I forgot I had them, so I decided to go ahead and do a project with them. And I'm just basically cutting off the smaller end because it's an oval shape. So I'm cutting off the rounded edge because I'm just trying to get this to fit around. Actually, I started with using the bowl, and the bowl did not work. You're going to see that in the next clip. So basically I'm trimming away the smaller ends of the bath mat, and basically I'm trying to keep the widest parts on here so I can try to fit it around the bowl. I actually tried to use the bowl, but the bowl did not work. I don't know what's going on with my voice, but it's actually kind of gone here. But so I'm just trying to trim that, and I'm going to show you guys me trying to use the bowl that I intended on using, but it did not work. So I tried several attempts, so I could not get it to work the way I planned on it working. So I had to use another one of the frames, one that says like the frames that have like aim to inspire or coffee time or out of office. I used one of those instead. I already had one that I had already removed the letters and everything and had already spray painted, so I just chose to use that one. So that's what I'm going to use for the lampshade. So this is the frame I was speaking of, and I'm just trying to fit the bath mat on here, trying to find a way to lay this on the frame and glue it down. I knew that it was going to be a little bit too long for what I was trying to do, so that's why I went I left several of it on the top part, and I was just trying to get it to the right height. I wasn't sure exactly what height I needed because the lamp wasn't built up yet, but I continued to work on this, and basically I'm just trying to get it to fit around the frame. I had to do several cuts to make it work, and bending it and trying to make it go around in a square, and also connecting 2 of the mats together. So basically that's all I'm doing here, is trying to find a spot to glue this down. And it was difficult gluing it down to this to the frame, this bath mat. I guess if you want to do this project, you may want to use E6000 I did finally get it to work after using several attempts of using hot glue. I also noticed a difference with the hot glue. I think I started out with using another kind of hot glue. It might have been the hot glue from the Dollar Tree. But then I started using the Gorilla Glue hot glue sticks. And I feel like that worked a whole lot better as far as this sticking to the frame. But you may still want to use E6000 instead of just a hot glue. So I'm making different cuts to make this fit around the frame in a square. So I just had to play around with it to get it to fit right. I couldn't show everything on camera because it was a lengthy process. So I just continued to just fit it around, cutting where I needed to cut and just making it fit and overlapping. And I didn't want anything to really overlap, so where it was going to overlap, I just simply made little slits. And I had a bunch of it laying on top. I was going to leave that on the top and do like some kind of design, but I chose to just leave it clear. I end up cutting all of it off of the top part and made it where you can just see directly into the lamp. So I'm constructing the lamp itself. I'm putting all of the pieces together now. I'm using the E6000. You do want to use the E6000 with the glass. And like I said, you do want to let this sit at least 24 hours. But I am using the hot glue to make this process go a little faster just for me to record the video. So I'm putting the E6000 on one part of the bowl and following up with hot glue. I really don't know what's wrong with my voice. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but my voice is actually gone. So I'm just gonna stack the bowls up. And I also use, if you can have napkin rings, you can use napkin rings. They will look better, but I can't ever find the napkin rings in the Dollar Tree. So I've been using the peel containers and just spray painting them. Sometimes I don't do a good job with spray painting them because I can still see the color come through sometimes. But if you can find the napkin rings, definitely use napkin rings. But I'm just using the peel containers. I'm sorry, I don't know what I said before, but peel containers. And I'm just spraying them. I spray painted them. I'm leaving 2 other containers attached in between each bowl. So, and I'm going over again with the E6000 and the hot glue, and I'm just attaching each piece. And I use a total of I use 2 packs of the 4 count bowls, so I use 8 bowls, and I use basically almost a whole pack of the peel containers, and I'm just basically stacking it until I get to the 4th one at the top, and then I'm going to follow up with the glass bowl from the Dollar Tree. I also did some embellishments using the beads. You can find these beads at the Dollar Tree. If you can't find them at the Dollar Tree, you can find them at Michael's. You can find them at Walmart. So basically, I'm just taking the beads and I'm just hiding any traces of the glue that may have ran out or whatever. So I'm just going around any place where each piece is connected to hide any glue imperfections. So that's all I'm doing in that clip, just going around with the hot glue and just adding some of the beads. It's also giving it a decorative look, but it was basically just to hide any glue, but it's also giving a decorative look. So this is the bowl that I used on the top, and I'm going to put the LED lights on the inside. So I went back to the lampshade, and because I used 2 of the bath mats, I had to connect it some kind of way. It did not do well with trying to hot glue it together. So I just used some of the beads as a way to connect the 2 pieces. You can use anything that you desire to use to connect it. You could also use a little wire to connect it. Just loop it through and just bring it together and tie a little piece. It doesn't take a whole lot to connect it. So I just used some of these beads since I had some on hand, and I just did three of the beads. I'm sorry, a set of three, just to connect, going down the sides of the lampshade to connect the two pieces together. You can use more if you want, but I only did three little connections. So, and then I'll show you the final look. So this is the final look. I think it came out pretty and it has an elegant look to it. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I also used some of those some beads that I picked up from Michael's. I used them on the last DIY. These are some beads that you can put strings through, and I just glued them on top, actually to conceal some of the glue from where I glued the bath mat on there, but it also gives it a decorative look. So this is it, you guys. I really like how it came out. It looks elegant to me, and this is when the light is turned off in the house. It does put out a pretty good amount of light. I did use the LED lights from the Dollar Tree, the new and improved ones, and I took two of them and I connected both pieces together. It already comes with a little sticky backing, and I just peeled the paper off, and I stuck both pieces together, backside to backside, and I put one facing down, one facing down and one facing upward, and it produces a pretty good amount of light. And these are a much improvement from the last LED lights. They didn't put out a whole lot of light to me, but these put out much more light. So that's it, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And don't forget to like and share this video, and if you like. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.